So, my name is Tameeka Lamb, and I'm here with Whitney Robinson, and we're going to do a leadership interview. So, please introduce yourself, Whitney.
My name is Whitney Robinson. I'm a graduate student at OSU here in Tulsa. Outside of that, I work as a research assistant at the school and I'm also president of ASA, also known as the African American Student Association.
Okay. And do you consider yourself a leader?
I do.
Why?
Um, for a few reasons. So, other than just having like the title in certain organizations, I find myself in positions where I'm able to like get people together and bring them either for a common cause or some type of goal that we need to complete.
Okay. So, did leadership come natural to you?
Not always. Actually, I had to work at it, and it was a little difficult in the beginning.
Why?
So I'm more shy naturally and introverted. So a lot of times when people think of leaders, they think of like very bubbly and very vibrant people, and I'm a little more the opposite. I observe a lot. I watch people, so my leadership style is very differently than maybe more popular leaders that you would think of today.
Okay. So, can you think of a specific moment that defined you as a leader to yourself?
Um, Probably wasn't until I started working at US Cellular. So I did call center work after college, and I kind of worked my way up. And we called them coaches, but same thing as a supervisor. It wasn't until like I really started to talk to people, and other people said that they saw that potential in me, that I really started to look at myself and say like, oh, okay, maybe I am. Like maybe that's something that does fit me.
Okay. So, how would you describe your leadership style?
It's very chill, laid back. It's very much like my personality. So I'm more of the quiet one. Like I like to be behind the scenes and push my group out in front of me. So I don't like to be the center of attention, and I like everyone to get like the pat on the back instead of me being the one at the forefront.
Okay. So, what leaders are you influenced by?
So I saw that question, and as cliche as it probably sounds, it really is my parents. Um,
Aw,
right.
I know, right? That's so sweet.
My dad, I saw him coaching a lot growing up. And so he has a very similar personality. So, like, that was the first time I was able to see someone who was kind of more laid back and observant, but still had a very strong and loud voice, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
So, he doesn't have to be all up in your face, but you're going to get things done. It's going to be done right. And so, that fits more of who I am, though I'm probably a little more calm than he is at times.
Must have got that from your mom.
Yeah, yeah, that's a different story for a different day, but definitely the combination of the two. So mom's a little more quicker to move, and dad kind of eases into it and pushes people forward.
Okay. So, how would you use their characteristics or style in your leadership approach? Which you've kind of already handled it, but if you could be more specific. Do you have an example?
Sure. Like with ASA, we've had probably about the same people the whole time since I've been in it anyway. So here recently, we've got a new member. I'll leave names out, but I noticed something in this person and a talent that they have. I haven't mentioned it to anyone else, and I haven't said anything to them specifically, but what I do instead is say, like, encourage them in the skills that I see that they have, and I put them in a place to where they can lead their own ideas. So I say, yes, that's a great idea. Here's something that you could think about, and I'll let them take it and go forward. So that way, without saying it, I'm helping them build their leadership skills and still also recognizing that's something that they're strong in, that I may not be strong in, and letting them do what they see best.
Awesome. Okay. So, how do you go about implementing this behavior in your lifestyle, which you kind of already answered, so let's move on. In your leadership experience, what is the most reoccurring ethical dilemma that you've experienced?
More so on like the business side, what I've ran into sometimes being torn between helping the business or helping the person. Sometimes it's hard to do both. So, for example, if you are not meeting goals that you have, the business says you either need to get it together or you get wrote up or you get let go.
Right.
Me personally, I want to give that person more time and try to like really help them, but those two things don't always work. The reason that can be an ethical dilemma, well, under business standards, I have something that I have to do.
Right. You have to
So,
accomplish.
right. And depending on what it is that you're doing that's causing the business harm, I have to make a quick judgment call. And that's not always very popular or easy to do. Like I've never gotten to a place to where that's easy.
Okay. So, do you take leadership class, or do you think leadership classes make a difference in college?
I think they can. I didn't take them in college. They also weren't offered, but I did take them on the job before, and they made a difference as far as recognizing and understanding different like personality traits in people, and also within different generations, how to approach people differently to get the same like goal across, but how to tailor your approach for different people, as well as how to have like those difficult conversations where someone is messing up, and you can't always just say, hey, stop it, like get it together. That doesn't work.
Right. So, what characteristics do you wish to impart on future leaders?
Really just being comfortable with who you are first, and with your own leadership style. Like you don't have to be like all the other leaders. It's great to be able to take tips from other people, but I think what's best is when you can merge tips and useful like books or classes like that, but still make them fit you so that it comes natural and you don't have such a hard struggle trying to be a leader. Like if you're a natural leader, you're going to be a leader. Those other things are just a guide to help you.
Okay. And the final question, Mac or PC, and why?
So I've had both. I prefer Mac. When I turn Mac on, whenever it boots up, it's ready to go. We're good. When I turn on PC, it's like, wait, I need time. Hold on, wait, do you want to do something right now? And I do, so I love Mac.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time,
You're
Whitney.
welcome.